Game number 1, semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. The Masters Clash series, and we have a best of 3 now. Nothing left against Team Snickers. And I'm not quite sure how exactly Team Snickers arrived at their name, but as you can see from the list over there, we have Nick on that team. And yes, that is the former HTC Nick. There's also a couple of other names that you might have seen in the past. It's important to note that they actually took down Wind and Rain. So Wind and Rain was defeated by Snickers in the quarterfinals with a 2-1. So not quite a pushover team by any means. They did pretty well for the first time participating as a 5-man in a tournament here thus far. Now though, they go up against Nothing Left. And this in the semifinals is also a single elimination system, meaning you lose here and you're out. Nothing Left has been pretty much dominant. They're not playing in with Link for this tournament. They have a sub player, and that is actually Mene, which resulted in Kidney playing most of the supports for the team. And in some pretty insane fights, because now you have Mene, one of the best mages in the scene, in your team, and you have DAB at the same time, who is another fantastic assassin here, excels on heroes like Tracers and many others. So they have an absolute terrifying damage line. Abathar gets banned out on Towers of Doom, which is our first map in the series. And we have Li Ming banned out against the Snickers here. Could also trigger a Nubarak there. I haven't casted any of the games from the Snickers team yet, but obviously there's a couple of names that should ring a bell at least if you've watched some of the European games in the past. A couple of old acquaintances for sure. But I'm curious to see what they can pull off here. We have another team coming on later in the next best of 3 series where we might see something similar. With Li Ming banned out and therefore no disintegrated against the Cocoon. We're having a Nubarak committed to as the first pick here from Snickers. Yeah. And then we're just waiting for another left. Red team aptly named, wenn es mal wieder länger dauert. No, nothing left. What are we going to get? Turanda is still up, so you can pick her and go for interrupts, but Hanzo is also still up for grabs, and DAB locks that in right away. And there's the Zeratul pick. Okay, time to shine. What are we gonna get in terms of burst damage, or do they add anything? Snickers obviously could now go for the Turanda themselves and follow any Nubarak stun up with a quick Lunar Flare right there. And then burst them down too. I mean, traditionally speaking, we had a lot of games in the past where you would pick now a Jaina and a Turanda, but it feels like this is starting to slowly, I don't really say disappear, but it's definitely not the same priority anymore that we had in the past. But they still commit to it. They still go for the burst damage, they still go for the setup where they're playing around exactly that combo. And with that, we're now having the burst damage from Jaina, we have Turanda in play, so the follow-up stun. And it's pretty clean and cut what they are trying to do here. So pretty cookie-cutter build for Snickers right now. Doesn't mean it's bad by any means, don't get me wrong. This is still a super powerful setup. And Nothing Left now has to decide how they want to play around it. They're banning Dehaka, so there's no shenanigans around globals that you can use where you can outplay your opponent on that level. Diablo gets banned out as well, so Mopsio has to go for a different hero here. Wondering if we're getting maybe something along the lines of, I mean, ETC, Garrosh are still both up. Could play around Johanna as well if you wanted to here. I'm more curious to see what Mene is going to pick. And to be honest, Kidney also has played a couple of interesting supports. We've seen quite a bit of Karazim from them. And Rhaegar, so a little bit more of an aggressive style. There's Rhaegar again, and there's Mopsio with ETC. Okay, Mene keeps his own heroes. Well, Mene very likely gonna be using the last hero that gets picked here. I think we've seen one game where Mene was actually thinking about playing Rhaegar there. It's a little bit of back and forth, but so far Kidney has been the one that plays most of the supports here. There's a swap round, of course, to be considered as well, so we'll see. For the time being, we have a Snickers with a Leo and Genji. Oh, Swiffer. Last pick. What are we gonna get? Nothing Left in our first map. Stage nearly set, as Towers of Doom is our entry map into this series. And of course, both of the teams want to go into the grand final, which will be a best of 5. And for Nothing Left, the last pick, what's going to be the damage? It's actually a good question now. We have seen a couple of false stats, to be honest, for the global, but I don't really think it fits well into the setup. And they're going for another frontline. They go for Johanna here. Alright, so we have a double frontline. We have Kidney potentially with ETC on the stage dive. And yeah, they're swapping it around the entire time, but either way, we're going into game number 1 on Towers of Doom. Game number 1, Towers of Doom, nothing left against Team Snickers. And on the left side, Boss on ETC, Mopsio on Johanna, Blake Kidney on Zeratul, Mena is playing Rega, and we have DAB on Hanzo, ladies and gentlemen. Towards the right side, the red team with X-Ray on Turanda, and Abler on Jaina, Driver on Genji, Nick on Nubrak, and Copenhagen is playing Leoric. Alrighty, let's get this show started and see what the Snickers team has prepared for this one. I mean, again, this is like stay number 2, right? So you had a little bit of time to think about what you're trying to play. You could analyze your opponent a bit more, have more of an idea on who your first opponent is. Normally in a live tournament, you don't really know who you're going up against one round to another. But from day 1 to day 2, there's definitely a bit more preparation going into this if you want to commit to the tie. So, yeah. Down to the bottom of the map. We're having now the rotation coming in from nothing left. And let's see. It's interesting to have Nick on a Nuburak, I gotta say. It's not really something where I was like, okay, that's what Nick's gonna play here. Up to the top lane, Boss on the off lane still. And in the middle of the map, that's where we still have that little rotation. They got a lot of wave clear, honestly. It's a little bit difficult to match for the opponent's team. There's 2 heroes that have the most wave clear, or have the majority of the wave clear for Snickers, and that's obviously Jaina and Leoric. Leoric will try and ghost around a little bit in this game and rotate between the mid and the top lane. We're having now Blake Kidney committing to the camp with the rest of the team. There's a 4-man invade on the other hand. And that triggers the rotation from Johanna from the bottom as they're trying to make the play for X-Ray on Turanda. Blake Kidney is already on the job, and that's going to be a kill. Mena on the run, and 2 supports are down. Camp has still not been taken, but there's another kill as Blake Kidney is hammering 2 into the ground. Damn, son. Triple kill for them. There's the counter as Zeratul dies, but Genji is dead too. Alright guys, we are in for a good one. We already have 4 kills against 2 after the first fight here. Yep, this is gonna be a nice one. 4 kills against 2, level 4 against level 3, and we are apparently in for a lot of action in this game. I like it. A little bit of an advantageous situation for nothing left, obviously, with the setup that we're seeing here. We got the additional kills in. I like how Genji just said, like, I don't care if I die, I'm just going to kill that guy now. And Abler already on the left side, and well, as we see the invade on the left, we now have the invade on the right. There's a slight advantage in stats for the team in blue, and they're trying to go for the kills again, and Nick is low, and Nick gets the shield just before he falls. Blake Kidney dies, but so does Genji. Again, a killer for a kill. We have a full-on brawl here. The camp has been stolen away, though, so nothing left, still leaving this little encounter with a better position, because they now have both of the pumpkin camps running for themselves here. So yeah, this is going to be a nice one. At this point, we have Team Snickers down at the bottom with 3. Is it the white chocolate Snickers, the regular Snickers? I gotta admit that the white chocolate Snickers with almonds is still the best. It's honestly better than the standard version. And as much as I like the peanut version, the almond version is just better. And I mean, that is not my opinion, that's a fact. That is just an objective truth, and if you don't agree with that, then you're insane. So now as we're having the exchange and alters on the top left, top right, we're going for the 3rd one. X-Ray survives. Nicely done in the counter engage, but Blake Kidney again with the Zeratul play and the kill against Turanda. But then Zeratul also the kills just keep coming. And Nuburak is dead too. And that is getting a bit bonkers here. 11 kills already, 3.5 minutes into the game. Could see another one against Enabler actually. Mopsio is trying to get a bit closer. DAB. Shots are fired now as we have nothing left, taking a slight lead with the 2 altars that they claimed in this one. But yeah, at this point, it is looking pretty sweet. Okay, so at this point we have level 7 on both sides. In comes the quick stun against the minions. That's at least one of the things that X-Ray can hit here. He also hit 2 heroes since he acquired the level 4 talent. And yeah, the willing vessel taken. We still have the consume vitality into the Neil peasants. So Copenhagen, a little bit of an ambitious move in the map. Podibos is already sitting there. It's just like, alright, you do your thing, bro. The problem is there's heroes now rotating from both sides, but it seems to be a question of who commits the most resources. And Team Snickers is absolutely willing to commit too. So we have 3 in total, starting to move in any second. And welcome to the party, boys. Blakidney and Podibos are looking at this like, okay, we're out of here. Maybe not something that we really want to fight now. Camps are taken again on the left side of the map. Scouts come out, so they know exactly what's up here. But I like the aggression with this. Proc, by the way, is already at 10 stacks, thanks to those invades on the camps that we've seen earlier. So ETC is definitely doing well, as he joined one of those. But with the rotations, he obviously gets a lot of them. Single altar on the map now. Now a chance to get even farther ahead for nothing left. But Snickers, they have a bit of a different idea here. They are going to try and snack nothing left away. See what I did there? Oh, yeah. And especially Blakidney could be snacked if he engages a little bit too deep. He went for counter kills most of the time. I mean, we have actually seen a few instances now where both Genji and Zeratul have been eliminated here. But with this now set, level 10 is still a bit too far away for any of the teams to get an advantage. It's a 5 versus 5 as they're jumping in again. And let's have a bit of a look who's getting the first kill here. So right now, we're having Mopsio getting poked a little bit. Blakidney actually playing against Genji here. Enabler's coming in now too, and there's the stuns, the AoE, and it's just full on unleashing everything they have in their arsenal. Podibos is going to try and get a good slide in to allow at least Hanzo to do a bit more damage. And also cover, obviously, for Zeratul, who's always trying to go for the quick engage. With the level 7 talents in, that also means that Wormhole is going to be an option. X-Ray, I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. That's not a camp that I would aggro right now, but apparently he is busy. Like, what is he doing? There's already the 10, and Enabler is in trouble, aka he's dead. There's another attempt by Tyrande to cover the retreat with another stun, but since they don't have level 10 abilities yet, they have to give not only the camper, but also the altar. Main channels that through, that's another 4 shots fired and drops the core down to 28%. But there we have it, the rotation down to the bottom. In comes the Ring of Frost though. We're still having the stage dive. Stage dive, by the way, was already used from Podibos to get into position against Copenhagen again. Down to the bottom of the map. We're now also seeing the camp pushed in, and if that camp connects, then we're going to have the bottom bell tower committed to and converted. I'm not pushing it out just now though. A little bit afraid of that Ring of Frost there as well. But yeah. Interesting play from X-Ray still. I mean... it was a little bit weird. I mean, yes, you get some value for CDR reduced, but still at the same time, aggroing that camp there, I'm not quite sure. That felt a little bit weird. Either way, we're still having the scout taken out there. Mopsio and Blakidney are currently taking their own camp over to the left side. X-Ray, of course, going to try and work around an Uberak stun. And so far, we haven't really seen a whole lot of that. I'm still waiting for a combo where we're seeing Nick with the engage, X-Ray with a follow-up stun, and then having a quick move from Jaina to go in for the Blizzard and the Ring of Frost. And so far, we haven't really seen any of these setups. Especially, of course, I mean, we didn't really have a big fight around level 10 yet, so the Ring of Frost was out of the question. But we could have seen that setup a bit earlier during these fights, but it just felt like the coordination was not 100% on point. Now that you have the Entomb from Leoric, you have, of course, a little bit more follow-ups that you can use. One thing that is just a bit problematic from my perspective is that ETC's global is offsetting the balance in experience a little bit, and it has another chance for them to also jump on a hero like Tyrande or Jaina, so that's an issue. Especially with Jaina up to the point where she completes the baseline quest, and then obviously we're going to have the ice block ready. And when that's the case, then she can at least ice block that and also dodge the power slide that will come afterwards. But now you have the Void Prison and you have the stage dives, so there's definitely a lot of sectioning off that we're going to see from them. And that's something that has to concern them quite a bit. Copenhagen is currently meeting the experience rotation from ETC as much as he can. And we're going to see also in terms of the damage output. Ooh, Leo is actually at 16,000. Not quite what I expected. I mean, the two of them have been fighting at the top lane for quite some time. But I honestly thought that we have a bit more damage committed to by the damage dealers on the other end. Not the case so far, though. Mena slightly out-damaging the supports in the support battle. But 3 deaths on Zeratul. That kind of tells you a lot already. Zeratul is the one that gets punished the most when he tries to go for the kills, but it also shows that Big Kidney has been very aggressive. And now before you think that Big Kidney is currently inting hard here, he always got his kills in. It's always a setup where he is just trading his own life for another kill, and in one of the instances he actually got a quick double kill here too, to get a lot of value out of this. And I really think that with the style that Big Kidney is already using, and the value that he's getting, despite the fact that we're early on in the game, once that he has his level 16 talents, this is just going to continue to become a problem for our team Snickers, because they will have even more trouble to keep those backliners alive. Jada 16 could change that slightly if they go for the root. Oh, the arrow missing completely. Ring of Frost connecting with 1, with 2. Here comes also the Void Prison. They're trying to get the stun out. Mopsio in a bit of trouble at the front line, but again a kill against Jaina. And this is exactly the problem right here. Without the Ice Block, a massive problem for her to keep herself alive. Good moves from Nothing Left. Little bit of an overlap there with 2 of the ults, but they get the kill. That's all that matters. Now we have the double altar on the map. I'm gonna try and play around that too. Top side, that's where we're already seeing Leo getting into position, and Mene is already channeling the left. I still think that they're going to let this one go. It's oftentimes just too dangerous to try and make the play for it. Leo is going to channel it through, is going to get the hit in, and with that we're having at least 32 points only on the core of the team in blue. Still, of course, a massive lead with 8 points. Nice wraparound here by Nick and his boys. They want to go for Big Kidney. He doesn't have the Void Prison. That should be a dead Zeratul. But it's also a bell tower at the bot lane that they're going to lose. So yeah, Big Kidney goes in. It's gonna wormhole back, but now they just put him in a corner. He can't escape anymore. He's definitely dead. But as I said, the problem is that that kill comes at a cost, and it's a very costly kill, because now we have the bottom bell tower converted. That's now 5 against 3. And I'm not sure if that was really worth it. It's 20 seconds where your opponent is playing with 4 on the map. Is that really enough time to reconvert the structure? Because outside of the kill, they didn't get anything top lane. They didn't get any structures down. They couldn't push here. They have now a bit of momentum on the map where they can take their own camp. But I honestly think that this is the only thing they can do. And I feel they won't be able to reconvert this. There's already the defense as mobs are starting to set it up. And are those all connecting? Yeah, well, every single one of them. If they can reconvert it, well, ETC comes in. Ring of Frost attempt. That didn't quite work out the way that they were hoping. It was a nice thought, though, but again, Jaina in trouble. And the arrow from Hanzo connects. Jaina is dead. And the fort is still under the control of Nothing Left. So far, so good for the blue team. 15 kills in total. We have 10 against 5 in favor of Nothing Left. And now there's a double altar on the map. You catch both, and you will have your opponent down to 14 points. Also basically doubling, or more than doubling that. Can they reclaim that before it happens? It's another 7 seconds. If you commit to it, they definitely have a chance. And with the Nubarak, you can soak the shots too. Podeboss is moving straight into this. A little bit too late, maybe. There's already 1 occupant in that bush, and that's the Nubarak. They're trying to get the hit in against ETC. Can't quite do it. 5 shots fired to the first altar. Already connecting. Jaina's coming back in. Zeratul is on his way now too. Level 14 versus 14. X-Ray is trying. There could be an interrupt. And yep, there it is. Mopsio moved in from the side. But now he might be in trouble there. There's a lot of damage. Moves out of harm's way. And Zeratul is ready for the VP. Ready to move in. Gets immediately caught for a second. There's the VP in the back line. He's jumping in once again. And there's a quick commitment with the stage dive. 1 kill, 2 kill. And that's it for Jaina and for Tyrande. Zeratul is still getting dropped here. Again, committing for the kills and sacrificing his own life in this setup. Good counter kill at least from Snickers, but that is just not enough. They need a little bit more if they really want to turn this around. And now Copenhagen is also in trouble. Leoric goes down. Genji is... nice idea, trying to steal that in the back. But as you can tell, that's not quite working out. Nothing Left is looking at that move and is saying, "You kidding, bro? That ain't happening." There's another 5 fired, and that's 14 points against 32 in the core. It's the lead in experience, it's more so of a worry. Obviously, this bell tower should be retaken by Snickers in a moment. Once they have a Nubarak back, probably even before that, they will be able to claim it. But with a noob 100%, but yeah, it's so low, they don't even need a noob for this. Earlier I would have said, okay, go in with a noob, spawn a couple of beetles and allow the team to drop the damage, but if there's just no hit points left, then that's an easy one. Was a successful setup though, from nothing left. I mean, 16 against 15 is what we're looking at right now. They've been doing really well with this. Having 5 deaths on Blake Kidney. Honestly, it feels a little bit bad. You just look at the stats here and it really looks like Blake Kidney is shitting the bed the entire time. But this guy has been setting up kill after kill after kill for them. It's just every time they get 2-3 kills, thanks to his efforts, he also dies. So, I'm going to play for Mobster here. I really don't think they can get him, or can they? Jaina has a lot of good slows against him. The N2 might change things. Oh, the Ring of Frost and the Ancestral. Tyrande is dead again. Genji with the X-Strike. What a save by Mena. The perfect Ancestral as he's hitting that cooldown hard. Nicely done. And now, of course, with Tyrande once again eliminated, they're starting to make the play for Leo too. Boprog might still fall here. In comes Mopsion. Yep, Leo is dead. Leo is dead. Mopsio as well, though. The Driver is doing some really nice moves with Genji the entire time, trying to go for the counter kills as much as he can. Talking counter kills, Nick is also down. Kill for kill the entire game again. It's a triple altar phase now, and that spells trouble. If you lose this one, it could be the end of the game. I highly doubt that we're going to get to that point. But, well, if they channel 2, there will be 6 points on the core of their opponent. If they channel 3, we would be down to 2, and then the boss is, of course, another massive, massive obstacle. So there's Blake Kidney, comes in for the second. No interrupt over to the top right, so they're giving this one up. Where is he going to go? Yes, he's moving in. Blake Kidney again. There's another interrupt coming in from Tyrandes. They're starting to stack this. I don't think they can fight for it, though. 28 points on the core against 10. They're trying to fight for this. A little bit insane. There's a slide, there's the kill, and the arrow misses, but they don't even need it. They're going to get a kill against Leoric anyways. In comes ETC with a slow, and that N2 might just have saved Tyrande. I'm just kidding. DAB says, thank you very much. Zeratul, by the way, died once again. That's death number 6 on him. But yeah, they are a little bit insane. They actually went into that fight without a Nubrok, and yeah, it went as you would expect. Now ETC can get the top left. That's another 4 fired. And at the bottom of the map, we have him Mopso making his move. He could even interrupt it. He could even just delay it and wait for the bottom bell tower to be converted. Don't really do that. Either way, they're now on 6 points against 28 on the core here. But yeah, damn son. So well, for the time being, let's have a look up at the top lane. Copenhagen is already sitting right there. And yeah, down to the bottom of the map. We're having still a commitment towards the pumpkin camp. And with level 20 just around the corner, it really feels like Laughing Left is going to pull an easy one off here. Obviously, with 6 points on the core, you can't allow those to go through, or we're going to have a move where the boss is going to end the game. Yeah, that's why they're already committing with the stuns to it. Top side, Pody Boss still sitting on the lane as well, and trying to help out as much as he can here with the pumpkins that are pushing against their own bell tower. Obviously, you don't want to lose that. But either way, it's a dicey scenario here with level 10 and 20 abilities now being ready. That means that we have the Shadow Mending. We're also seeing the Blinded by the Light. And yeah, it's trouble, honestly. I mean, at this point, if you get some of those through, it's over. But there's, again, the quick Void Prison. Can they get the follow-up? ETC! The Ring of Frost. But the stage dive comes in, and ETC is actually sliding in and gets out. No, he doesn't. He dies. Use the Bolt of the Storm there. Zeratul is dead again. That's the 7th death of Blake Kidney. Driver gets away with 100 hit points. And Tyrande and Jaina, they both fall too. 6 deaths and 7 on their end. And now the altar is spawning in another 10 seconds. We have 5 bell towers under the control of the blue team. So that means that we're going to see them go down to 1 single point. And then the boss could be taken here too. Nicely done. Yeah, Main is already on the channel. Ooh, actually, they're fighting for it still. A 3 versus 3 on the map, and they're saying like, oh, we might have this. But yeah, it's not quite the case. Mene is channeling this one through. 21 kills against 10. We have 31 kills in this game. Oh, 31 kills, 16, 17 minutes in. We're still fighting over the bell tower. They want to maintain the bot lane control. This is trouble for Snickers. I've seen some incredible comebacks on this map, but I think at this point it's pretty safe to say that it is going to be nearly impossible. They can soak the 20. The problem is there's just too much up on the map. You've lost the control of the bell towers. The only ticket back into the game would be for Snickers to win a big team fight. they can win the team fight, get a little bit more there, then maybe they have a good chance there, but I'm not so sure. At this point, again, Nick moving in, Driver sitting there. They really want this bell tower. But again, they have to go for the fight at some point. Experience is a little bit more important to them, I would say, because they need the level 20. But yeah, things are a little bit tricky right now. Okay, there's a move. Mopsio starting to move in from the side here. Nick is also sitting tight. Here comes the Buried Alive as the 20 comes in and the kill! They actually have it! Johanna is dead. The boss, on the other hand, gets attacked up at the top, and I'm not quite sure if they sniffed that out already. I actually doubt that. They're going to go for the kill against Rhaegar, and that's a good one. They're going to convert this too. The problem is that this is literally going to end the game. The arrow slows them down, and they have no clue. They have no idea. They're going to lose the game right here, and that is it. They had to make a decision, and at this point, it is GG, as we have nothing left with the first victory in this best-of-3 series against Team Snickers. GG, and well played. Game number 2. We have nothing left going up against Team Snickers, and nothing left snacked them away in the first game. Now we're on Sky Temple, and we have first pick and first ban for nothing left, which means that Team Snickers chose the map. So instant Abathar ban. That's the first one that gets eliminated. There's not going to be any kind of Samuro Abathar shenanigans here. But again, if you go for Sky Temple this quickly, because seriously, the map ended, the first one, and boom, we had the lobby up for this match. So I am very, very interested to see if there's maybe a little bit of a cheese strategy that comes out on this map now. But yeah. Maiev gets banned out. What else do we have? I mean, traditional bans at this point could still be a thing, but I feel Sky Temple is a map where right now nothing left is looking at it and saying like, okay, what could they throw here at us? Libing gets banned out. Zeratul still up. Globals, generally speaking, quite important in Sky Temple. Also control over the boss pit. It's something that you try and achieve too. Zeratul gets banned out for now, which leaves Dehaka up, Falstad is still up, and Nubarak is up, Tyrande. Ana is up, by the way. So yeah, there's actually a lot really to consider here, considering how this is going right now. So Mopsion and Nubarak, we're having at the same time still a chance for the Tyrande setup for Snickers. You have to keep in mind, if they don't pick Tyrande, there's a chance that the opponent picks it. But either way, wow, they pick, okay, ETC and Falstad, so we have potentially a double global here. Are we going to see an early Dehaka commitment? Because there's definitely a chance that Snickers is going to ban Dehaka out to avoid having a global against them. With Nick, we don't know if he goes Mosh Pit or Stage Dive, but if they go for both, then they have a lot of rotation value here. And Falstad obviously has the Mighty Gust for the boss control, as I said earlier too. But that also means that you could now pick Ana or Tyrande and ban the other one out. So that would be good too. If... oh, okay. DAB with the Tracer commitment, and Mene currently locking Tacita in. Let's see if he stays on the hero, but he played Tacita multiple times in the past, so there's a good chance. If you go full global, I mean, the good old days where we had Fnatic with 3 globals on this map, Dehaka, Falstad and Brightwing. That's when with Brightwing you could make a lot of fun stuff happen with triple global. I highly doubt that Snickers is going to go that deep into the rabbit hole here with a macro game. Malfurion banned out. The hero really helps Tracer a lot, so that's why they're going to try and limit at least that interaction. I was a little bit wondering what exactly we're going to see from Snickers. That Falstad commitment is incredibly early. And there's a Lucio ban. Okay, it honestly feels a bit like nothing left is just saying, hey, we don't want you to run around us the entire time and just try and cheese across the map. So I can understand the Lucio ban, honestly. We've seen a couple of strategies like this in the past, where especially with the Greymane commitment later on, you're just simply trying to run around your opponent. Now I gotta admit, I don't know if Snickers did that in any of the previous games, but there's a good chance that Nothing Left also looked at the matches that were played by Snickers, and they might have tried to do something like that in the past. Lucio's speed bonus is something that can allow you to just rotate around an opponent, especially if there are additional heroes in the mix that not only have globals but also have disengage tools, and ATC with the face melt and the power slide is a perfect candidate for that. And on top of that, you have Falsa with the mighty gust. So if you never really want to fight but you're just trying to run down structures, Lucio is actually adding a lot to this strategy. In this case we don't have it. We have a power slide into a Tyrande stun, and we have on the other side now Boss on the Haka, so there's a global at least. But there comes Samuro, so yeah, it's a pretty fair guess that we could have seen something like this. They are probably not going to have a lot of interest in fighting straight up here unless they can get isolation kill somewhere. Very likely we're going to see them just play the map here. And good bans that we see from Nothing Left. Makes a lot of sense, and you can tell that Snickers is up to some shenanigans here. It ain't easy, but it's cheesy. Let's go straight into Sky Temple. Game number 2. Game number 2, Nothing Left in the lead in this best of 3 series here, the Master Clash series. We have on the left side Dehaka, played by Boss for Nothing Left. Menace subbing in today for Linked is playing Rega again. Black Kidney on Tacita, Mopsy on Anubarak, and DAB on Tracer. He's gonna go hunting, especially for Falstad and Tyrande. X-Ray playing that Tyrande for Team Snickers. We have Enabler on Falstad, Copenhagen on Samuro, Nick on ETC, and Driver on Genji. So yep, definitely time to shine here. A bit curious to see how that particular setup works out. And yeah, I honestly like the ban against Lucio a lot. I mean, you could have tried and banned out Samuro here because, I mean, again, we talked about Samuro right at the beginning of the draft because it is kind of obvious a bit what could have happened here from Team Snickers' perspective. And so yeah, that made a lot of sense. So you could have banned Samuro out. The problem is if your opponent then goes into another hero that is good at taking structures down, let's say for example Greymane, and then picks Lucio, they can still run around you. As I explained during the draft, you can always then disengage with ETC's face melt and the power slide plus the mighty gust. So in this case they're going to try and limit that as much as they can. It's still a setup that can be tricky if you go up against it. If at any point you lose control over the map, you can fall behind quickly here. TAB dodging that stun like a boss. That was a close call. He was about to fall here. That would have been the first kill against Tracer. As it stands, we have also Wingman built for Falstad, so definitely interested in taking those camps on the map too. Built for Samuro, I mean, Way of the Blade here on level 1, not speccing into illusions there. Ooh, and that's a nice one! Alright, that was close. Copenhagen need to be a bit careful here. Boss had a very nice setup. Connected the drag. Got the extra tower shots in against him, and that's obviously a problem now for Samuro, because on that off lane, the balance has already started to tilt in favor of Dehaka, who also has that added wave clear, obviously. Anubarak with the Regeneration Master on level 1. So, oh, wait, what? Tracer! DAB! What's happening? Alright, DAB is down. Tracer eliminated. And yeah, Nick's power slide here with the Tyrande stun, apparently enough to take down one hero. Can they get another? Nah, not just yet. The Kidney with the shield, of course. I mean, once that we have the level 4 abilities in, it's a bit of different story. The Kidney is already getting attacked here, and Enabler comes in for another attempt to drop another target. Talking about dropping targets, they're going for X-Ray right now. Nick is already trying to body block Mopsio. Both of the Siege Giant camps are still up right here. But damn son, we are seeing the exact same aggression that we already had in the first game. I can definitely see how Team Snickers got their wins in. They're really doing well with this, I gotta say. I mean, again, they have a couple of cheesy comps, which is always cool. People always seem to think that cheesy compositions in general are a bad thing. I honestly think that it's cool if you have a map or two where you have compositions that are designed to catch your opponent off guard and play around them, that you don't play a straight up game against them. It's cool to have that in your arsenal. It makes you a little bit less predictable. You obviously have to be able to also play a straight up game, but it's cool to have those particular builds. And with the aggression that we're seeing from Snickers the entire time, there's a lot of teams that will crack under that pressure quite easily. But so far Nothing Left has dealt nicely with it, in game number 1 at least. Let's see how this is going to continue in this game. Right now we have a lead in kills for Snickers thanks to the kill against Tracer. We're also having a slight lead in experience. Nothing to write home about yet, but still it's there. And at this point we're going straight in for the first temples on the map. Alright, level 4 talents are also in. A little bit of damage at the top lane against Boss. He needs to be careful because Falsa decided it's a great idea to move top lane and put a bit more pressure on the Dehaka and maybe even get a kill there. They can't quite get that, but it's a exchange in temples for the time being at least. Obviously, Blakitney also still working on his quest talent. Is going to have the first quest reward locked down in just a moment. And it seems like we're getting a kill against Samuro, indeed. Samuro goes down. This time no chance for him to get out. Control taken now in the middle of the map though. So again, Team Snickers very aggressively rotating on the map from point to point. But they are abandoning the bot lane a little bit, and that's a chance to get the experience lead for nothing left, and they're happy to take it. They already dropped 2 of the towers here, and they're trying to get a little bit more. If they can open up the entire gate and then take down maybe the fountain, that would be fantastic for them. Level 7 talents with a Psionic Reach, or Psionic Protection for Tassadar, so a little bit easier for him to keep tabs on Tracer. With that said, we're also having again Tissue Regeneration into the Hero Stalker and Symbiosis for Dehaka in our second game. And again, I have to stress this. This is a best of 3. You lose now and you are out. The team that wins this makes it into the grand final, which is going to be a best of 5. But the loser has no chance anymore. There's no loser bracket here. So, yep, you are pretty much out of the run for the title in this particular tournament. Full aggression from Inubarak regarding his build, so Underking into the epicenter. Inubarak's builds are pretty versatile these days. I mean, we still have a lot of Battle Bar being used depending on the map, trying to control positioning a little bit more. We have the Carapace build for him. So he's honestly, now that I think about it, one of the heroes that has probably the most variation in terms of his builds lately, especially when we're talking about the tanks. DAB. I love how Nick is just getting these slides in the entire time. DAB is usually exceptionally good at anticipating these moves, but Nick always just comes straight from the shadows, straight out of the bush and stuns him out there. Snickers now with a lead in experience again, but they are dealing with that bottom lane pressure. And interestingly enough, Potispos is currently sitting right there. The top lane gets pressured instead. There's not a single fort that has been taken out yet, but the one at the top lane has definitely taken a beating on the side of Snickers. So making their play there. And there's the defense, and they need that, to be honest with you. Already the stuns are coming out, a little bit of additional poke from Blakitney, and he's actually just racing that level 1 talent. It's like, boy, talking about racing, they're going for the kill here, and X-Ray goes down, nicely played. The last hit comes from Inubarak, but the bomb from Tracer, obviously heavily committed to this. Level 10 abilities are there. Cocoon is on the ground against the bird. They're trying to go for it. The bird's the word here, and still moving out with a nice barrel roll. Fight not quite over yet, but the Ancestral from Opsio are heavily needed. But the Haka is still at the bottom of the map. So they take the fort, they move away, they got the kill. Massive win for nothing left in this little engage topside. And now we have stage dive for ETC. Temple at the bot lane. Captured, as you can see here, by the Haka for now. So the shots are getting fired, and this is likely going to take down another fort. Structural advantages on this map are everything. They're going for DAB again. A recall, a move away, and Genji trying to get the kill. X-Strike. The shield is there, and so is the healing totem. Mane keeping Tracer in play. He himself nearly dying, but is able to move out still. Rushes away from the copy. Stage dive onto the bot lane, so Nick is trying to at least get a couple of shots in. Potibos are still sitting there, just waiting for the rest of the team to make the rotation. Falstad gets stunned out, needs to be careful. Another barrel roll. Enabler might be in trouble here. Where's Tracer? DAB moving in from the side, but the stun, the first one is in play. Enabler eating that full Psionic Storm here too. Tracer is taking a safe path right now, but we're having Nick chased off that temple. A fort has already been taken down, only one in the mid lane here, and still 11 versus 11 in terms of levels. Nothing left. Decent rotation, a lot of aggression here. Nicely played around that situation. Not getting the kill against Falside, but still, they're doing well here. And they're not really giving Snickers a lot of opportunities to play that game that they're trying to play. And I want to stress again how difficult that actually is. If you have an opponent that plays with a Samuro, with a Falstad, with a Stage Dive ETC, with all these globals, and they're just trying to take you on a macro level, while at the same time having insane aggression with that Genji engage after a Tyrande ETC Power Slide and Lunar Flare combo, you can lose heroes on the map and at the same time getting destroyed on a structural level. But Nothing Left is rotating incredibly well against this and is really playing this out nicely. So it's super difficult to deal with all of that, but they make it look easy. And I can promise you one thing, it's not as easy as it seems right now. There's a reason Snickers made it into the semi-final. At the top lane, Boss still holding his. Also, 1,000 stacks already completed for Tacita. Has the full quest reward, which means that obviously his Storms are now also hurting a lot more. Talking quest rewards, 17 stacks on the Nubarak. Definitely starting to get there. DAB still looking for kills. Alright, someone got a little bit scared, go straight for the panic button. Yeah. After the initial barrel roll, he's just like, okay, there's no, I'm not risking it. No. They have a hard-on for Falstad. But now, with Gust used, we have the boss attack. This is literally one of those moments they're like, boys, they don't have Gust anymore, we can go. And now they're going for the boss, they're trying to force it, they have level 30 talent. They can start to make a move here, maybe even with the Haka going in. But no, for the time, they're actually even giving it up. I could have totally seen them fight it here. But as we said before, if you start losing a few heroes, your momentum very quickly shifts against a team that can take structures down easily. And Nubarak has the bot lane, Fort is already destroyed. Falster trying to defend here, he can obviously fly in. Boss is holding the line a little bit longer for his team to get a couple of shots over here and delaying the entire thing. They still have a slight advantage through the extra talent. And with the Nubarak now damaging the bot lane, it's going to attack the keep soon, but it's not gonna drop it. 13 talents are here now for Team Snickers. And the mid-temple gets left alone. Now, obviously, as I said before, you lose structures on this map and you are far behind. The reason is pretty simple. Right now, nothing left is in a situation where they can simply take these trades. So if you look at the objective now, we have the mid-temple taken by the red team and the bottom temple taken by the blue team. Since we still are in a situation where there's 2 forts on the map for nothing left, they can always go for an even trade in temples and they will win the game eventually because Snickers is running out of structures and the core is going to be attacked. So that's why Snickers is the one that has to make a move eventually, and at this point they make it. They go for Nubarak and they get that kill. Now, of course, there's no objective at this point in time. There's still a camp pushing through the top lane, but this is exactly what they need to do, and it seems like they're gonna go for a boss with this. Yeah, they have Gust up, and that's the moment when they're saying, alright, let's boss it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Top lane is getting attacked, and you might get that boss, but you're sacrificing the keep if you're not moving back. Team? I mean, there's globals still, and they can use those. Boss is nearly taken down. There's the gate taken apart. That means that also the turrets are obviously dropped. In comes Falstad as he moves in. Stage dive is ready, so could be used too. Genji is back, and now they have to move back from this. Stage dive is there. They're starting to go in, and it's a 5 versus 4. There's the Gust into the corner. Copenhagen is a little bit low. Tracer still looking for the plays here. There's the Ancestral on DAB, keeping him alive. Min is totally fine dying here as long as he keeps the DPS in play. And they're starting to move away from this. Blake Kidney is trying to get out, uses the dimensional shift. Keep is still taking damage. Boss at the bot lane is already defended against by Nubarak. As we're seeing Boss nearly fall. DAB already moving away once again with another blink here. And there is a quick dodge from the Haka, but I don't think he's going to make it. He connects the dragon, gets the shield, but can he still get out from this one? They really want him right now. In comes Genji, and they get the kill here. Nice play by Genji, trying to keep that up, nearly falling for it. Bot lane keep has nearly been destroyed. The one at the top lane is also taking a lot of damage. Both of the gates are already down, and the boss at the bot lane didn't do jack shit. Goes to the wall, takes a bit of damage to the fort, but honestly, who cares? 16 talents are now ready for nothing left. The Haka is the only one that died, which means in 15 seconds he can simply move to the top lane. 10 seconds until the temple activates. And we're already having the move straight through the top. If someone moves down to the bot lane, that's another chance to get the keep. And with now the camp taken, yeah, have fun with that. Someone has to defend the bot lane or that keep is gonna fall. Nice move by Nick, trying to cut off Mena. The problem is he doesn't connect it there, and the follow-up isn't there yet. They're making the dimensional shift happen again, and Blikitne is moving out. But here comes the rotation from Nubarak. The Haka is sitting at the mid lane for a moment. They have the 16 talent, they're trying to look for the damage now. Epicenter is there, could definitely ruin their day for now. The Haka could literally just move down to the bot lane for a moment, try and take another wave there, and then tunnel upwards. I'm not quite sure if he has the time though. But there's the damage output now once again, the softening up of the target. Shots are being fired for the blue team. That means that the top keep takes even more, and at some point Snickers will have to go for it. They're waiting for 16 obviously. They're trying to get the experience, but they're losing way too much now. They're losing way too much. They're about to give this up. And the top keep is nearly falling. Top keep will fall. They can't save that anymore. Top keep is about to go down. Mopsio moves over and the keep is gone. Bot lane still attacked and the bomb begins to run the takes her apart. Tyrande dead. Here comes the X-Strike. McKitney a little bit low in his Archon, but still able to keep the rest of the team alive with another quick Tassadar shield. And Copenhagen is low, Nick is low, no mana for him either. Genji in trouble, Falstead in trouble, no Mighty Gust any longer. They're going for the Beetle, is taking the kills against ETC, and down goes Samuro. Genji is on the run, the bot lane also getting pushed more heavily with the catapults and also with the Siege Giants. Falstead is going to try and deal with that situation. Mena rushing after Genji for a moment, but the rest of the team is already starting to focus on the Kamse again, moving even into the middle, trying to drop another keep. Talking about dropping keeps, the one at the bot lane is down too, and this is just starting to get super nasty for Snickers. They are really on the ropes here right now. They're pretty much down to the last nut or almond. Again, Snickers white with almond. Oh, way better. But either way, with 5 kills against 3, it's not really a kill-heavy game. Thank God. For a moment, I was like, you gotta be joking, right? If that one would have been still in play, that would have been it. But yeah, so now we have every single structure destroyed on the side of Nothing Left. Boss down for another minute and a half. But the big question, what exactly can Snickers now do to come back into this? And honestly, if Nothing Left doesn't give them a fight, it's a problem. Look for just a moment what we have with the next objective. Altar to the top is going to spawn, Temple to the top, and one at the bottom. There are, of course, the globals, so you can make those quick rotations, but let's just face it, if a single one of these gets channeled by Nothing Left, the game's over. That's all they have to do. Uh-oh, kills right now would be a problem, and there's a lot of commitments. Isolation against ETC, perfect setup here from the Haka. Still moves out, they're not really committing to the fight just yet, but they could if they wanted to, and they're trying to make the play for Genji. ETC caught mid-slide by that cocoon, and now they go for the bird. DAB wants the kill. Look at Samuro, he's so low already. And there's the kill against Genji. Samuro gets away with 20 HP. Min, on the other hand, he dies. Falstead gets the kill, but X-Ray has no chance of escaping here any longer. And Nubarak also has now the extra 500 hit points as they're going for Tyrande. Take the kill. And Noob with the quest completed. 25 seconds until we have the altars up on the map. And DAB is still looking for the bird. He wants the bird, and he gets the bird. Kill for him, 8 kills against 4, level 20 now, the Storm Talons in their hands, camps pushing on all sides, boss back up on the map. We have currently 2 heroes up against 4, and they can split on the map onto those 2 lanes and capture the temples, and this is exactly what they currently do right here. Damage output, let's have a quick look at that, 60,000 for Tracer. DAB against murdering it here. Already another camp about to be taken by Kidney as he's just dropping the storms. Already a Nubarak down at the bottom, one at the top, and that is going to be game one way or another, ladies and gentlemen. The dance is already in, DAB is there, and that's a 2-0 victory for Nothing Left in the semi-final against Team Snickers. GG, and well done by Nothing Left.